Alright guys, this is Docm and I'm playing on the Mindcrack server. And boy oh boy, I'm so tired guys. Didn't sleep all night long trying to find out what was wrong with my computer. Running memory tests, doing all kinds of stuff. And yeah, nailed it down. Definitely my RAM was fried. Freaking fried, it was just broken. And it's pretty hard to find that out, to diagnose that. But yeah, in fact, it was the RAM, and that was the main issue. Really drove me nuts. So I went ahead, went to a store, and yeah, bought me some new RAM, a new set of 16 gigabytes, and now I went for G-Skill Aris RAM. That is a very heavy-duty, fairly expensive RAM. And the tanks are rolling by again outside. For all of you guys who have missed the last episode, told you I have this construction site right outside my window. So yeah, I was staying up all night long until 5 or 6 in the morning until I finally was done with my testing, was running Prime and mem-tester and whatever, trying to diagnose what's up. And then I was sure, okay, RAM is gone, it's destroyed. I assume it just happened because of the massive amounts of rendering and stuff I do all the time, basically constantly rendering something. You can't say it differently. So that's a heavy stress on each and every machine you have there, and that was the reason it basically died. So yeah, I got this new RAM now, recording again. I did. Right after I got it, I was doing a 5-hour test recording session with Battlefield 3, because that puts a lot of load on your computer. By the way, I want to build a bridge over there. Yeah, that puts a lot of load on your computer, and that was the plan, just to see if it's stable. And I recorded and recorded and recorded because I had artifacts. That's how I realized there was something wrong. And then it even turned worse. Got blue screens and stuff. And if you get blue screens on your computer, then there's something seriously wrong. That's for sure then. So yeah, another $300 down the drain. But yeah, thank God I got the YouTube channel going, and I can keep it going in case of emergency. With the money from YouTube, I was able to quickly go to the shop and get new RAM. Don't have to worry too much about it. It's fixed, and we can keep on going with our videos. That was the main concern, because fraps, that is the main tool you constantly work with. And if there's an issue with fraps and the recording doesn't work, any YouTube content producer gets a freaking crisis. And I was actually also lucky, if my RAM would have died maybe 2 or 3 months ago, or maybe a bit longer. If you remember, the prices for RAM were like skyrocketing, or were really high, because there was a flood catastrophe going on in Thailand, where most of these things are produced in our globalized world, So was lucky it was not that expensive, but now I really got like heavy duty, high quality RAM, like top-notch stuff that should be able to handle such strain. That is the issue, Some of you guys, when I talk about my computer specs with the 3960 GTX processor and whatnot, people often say, why do you need that? And the 680 GTX even overclocked, that's overkill. But in fact, the matter of fact is, if you do videos and do tons of rendering, you just need it. And even the RAM I used before was Corsair Vengeance RAM, so also a good RAM, not like crap. And even that couldn't handle the heavy load. So if I get issues like that again, I will go ahead and put water cooling on the RAM or some additional cooling there. We will see, because it's certainly because of overheating we ran into these issues here. Wow, and somebody must be XP farming. We got some lags going on when I sprint around here, but we also got this bridge here built real quickly. And now I wanna put some more wood to it, but I'm basically out of jungle wood, so we should run over there to another area and get some more. Oh, phone is ringing. Be right back. Tax guy called. Tax guy called. Most time when the tax guy calls, it's a bad thing, you know. Then you have messed something up and he wants something from you. But this time actually it was just positive. Said I will get like 20 bucks refunded from my this year's taxes I've been paying. Hey, 20 bucks. Might go out and have a burger with my girlfriend with that. So yeah, it's kind of funny how things work nowadays. Lately, you know, I've been doing my taxes and yeah, sending them in and stuff. And basically, yeah, roughly 50% or over 50% of the money I made this year I had to pay in taxes or social, yeah, whatever, you know, social security. Pretty crazy, if you ask me. On the other hand, well, we got a very stable social security system over here in Germany, so, well, yeah, I profited from it, you know, when I was like having my surgery with the knee and stuff. Didn't have to have additional insurance, and everything is covered by my social security. Good, I pay for it, but still. So, yeah, things are different all over the world. Especially, you know, when I was thinking about the RAM stuff as well, kind of weird. You know how this all works nowadays. Some people call it globalization. Some other people call it, new slavery. Don't you? There we go. You know, when you think about it, stuff like that. Okay, maybe in high tech areas it's not that severe. I mean, you know, if you want to do some decent RAM and produce that in Thailand or in another third world country to save wages there, because you don't have to pay the people much. You cannot just do it in like I don't know, in a garage. It has to be a real high-tech company to do that, of course. But in other areas, clothing and stuff, most of the things is manufactured in third world countries nowadays, and no longer produced in the countries the companies are based in. Your Nike shoes and stuff. Excuse me. All made in Thailand, Korea, or other countries. Yeah, you can think about it what you want. There's initiatives, you know, to work against it a bit. I don't know if you heard about fair trade, maybe. Fair trade is mostly known for the coffee deals they have, you know, with some countries or some farmers in Southern and Pacific areas, or South America, Colombia, and so on, where they kind of have deals to buy their coffee for a fair deal or for fair trade. That is kind of cool, and I wished, you know, this idea would be used more in our world. But there seems to be so much pressure, especially with companies that have stock, you know, and are traded at the stock exchange. They always have a high pressure to make huge revenue at the end of the term, to give back money to their shareholders and stuff. So like for ideas like that, there's almost no space in the modern world or society or business world. Kind of sad. I could tell you a funny story actually. I don't know if I ever spoke about that in a video. I don't know. Well, actually, when I first started playing basketball, I played at my home team. And then I did my, while I was playing, of course, I went to school and did my high school or my Abitur, it's called in Germany, where you can then go to university and stuff. So it's the highest school degree you could make, and it qualifies you to access, next levels. And when I was done with that, I was in front of a decision. There was a university at my hometown, but I also had a feeling I had to, go out into the world, so to speak, and live on my own for a bit. And then I was checking teams, um, and looking if there was a university with a nice program that would suit me. And yeah, finally found a good one, and it was the University of Karlsruhe. There also was a basketball team there could play for. It was not the Karlsruhe team, but it was fairly close. It was also in the first German division, and I started to study electronical engineering. Yeah. And actually studied that for 3 years, and I'll actually have a degree in that. And well, then there came the time, how you call it, an internship. It's called an internship, I believe. If you go to a company, after a while of studying, you go to, I don't know, big company in the open market like Siemens or whatever, and I went to Siemens, and it's one of the biggest companies in the world, electronical companies. And my subject was regenerative energies, fuel cells or solar panels, stuff like that. That was my main subject. So I did that internship there, and you have to do that to qualify, to be able to, to move on in your studies and kind of do your diploma and all of that. And I was there and I worked in a project group, and our job was, there's a membrane in the fuel cell. I don't know if you know what a fuel cell is, but basically with a fuel cell you could produce energy, zero emission, by using same principles as in a battery, but it's a bit different. And the most or the biggest problem with these things is and was the reliability, durability. So there's a membrane in there, and you have to test out different materials in research. You just take these materials and try it out basically, because there's no research. Of course, you can assume this would work or this would rather not work or something or stuff like that. But in general, it's a lot of hands-on research, just trying out a thing, building it, and then putting it in a test setup and let it cook for a while and see, because most of the fuel cells have highest efficiency if they're ran on high temperature. So they got those things got to be really resistant, high pressure going on, lots of temperature and so on. So we were developing this, and actually we made some kind of a little breakthrough. Not me personally, but I was part of a 30-man team, and amongst others, I was chosen to present our new find, so to speak, in front of the board of the company, right, the big bosses. And we were like, I was young, 22 or 23 maybe, and yeah, we were super excited. We thought, guys, right there in front of us, we hold the key to change the world. Boy, was I wrong. But we presented the thing, and those guys were like excited, saying, "Oh my God, amazing work!" And we were talking for an hour and doing our flip chart thing and presenting our PowerPoint stuff and showing studies and efficiency and bringing in the prototype. In the end, I said, "Yeah, guys, everything is cool, but we can't do it." So argument started. Why? And basically the point was, after like discussion and this arguing for an hour or something, the whole point was they will not do it because they're involved with petrol companies, oil companies, other atomic plants, whatnot. There's a lot of interest involved in certain projects, and they just said no, it's not. why would we do that? We have to generate profit for our shareholders, and it's not in our best interest. So then like a reasonable person then might argument, and that's what we did, and say, yeah, what are you talking about, man? For sure, it's it's in your interest because we kind of save the world, and you want to live on this planet. Um, but yeah, arguments like that, of course, don't count in a discussion about things like that. And yeah, it was kind of a frustrating thing. And then this is when I decided I will turn my attention to a different area. And this is when I started social studies and the nursing as a second subject, and basically ended up as a researcher in geriatric healthcare and also hands-on nursing. I do, primary nursing, working with people who suffer from dementia and other yeah, diseases you might get if you're getting old. And yeah, why did I? That's the reason I chose that, because in that moment, I was so frustrated. Thought, what the? You could really make things better in this place, and you just don't want it because of shareholder interests, and that really frustrated me. So I was looking for a solution. I was everybody wants to make the world a better place, right? Or somehow, or try at least. So I thought, okay, if that doesn't work, then something else, and then I'll try to make the world a better place in a smaller scale. I thought, um, work in geriatric healthcare, and yeah, work with those people there. And well, I did that for a long time now, for over 8 years, and it's a very difficult job because it's mentally very, very exhausting. You know, um, First of all, you get used to dealing with people, suffering, having pain and stuff. That's no big problem because there's always a treatment for that. There's always something you can do in our modern society. Nobody should actually suffer pain in their last days, or you know what I mean. So that's not a problem. But it's very exhausting to deal with the people related to the people you take care of, the ancestors, relatives, the daughter. It is really hard. At some stage there is the time when grandma's gonna die. Well, no other way to say it, right? Or grandpa, and or mom, and those times really were like getting to me after a while now. And there were situations, when you're in there in the room, and there's the last moments of a person, and yeah, she's just passing away, and death is not always beautiful. I don't want to scare you and talk about too creepy stuff, but the point is, it can get to you. It's really mentally and physically then after a while exhausting. And yeah, now, but you're in a groove. You just keep on plugging away. You keep on going. You keep on going. You don't think about it too much because there's so much to do, a high stress level all the time. But now, as I had my knee injury and was home, for quite a while now, thinking and thinking, boy, oh boy, I don't know if I got it in me still. I really doubt it. If I can really go back to my old job at the moment. I really feel I might give it a try, go hardcore on YouTube and just say, screw you, I'm gonna do my YouTube thing here. It's all dependent on the support. It's always kind of, you're always scared, but I might go for it. You guys just need to reassure me, you got my back, but I'm not scared. I'm really not scared so far. Maybe I'm one of the channels with the most epic support ever known to YouTube. Probably, it's really amazing. So that gives me hope and confidence, and also that others here on the Mindcrack server did that leap of faith, pause, and others, going full pro with the thing. And yeah, I got a appointment with my tax guy, and I need to talk about some things with him, how to set that up and what to do to make it a bit more professional and safe. Because yeah, I have to provide for me, my girlfriend. She's working now as well, so that also releases some pressure. But of course, we are depending on both incomes, and I can't just throw it away or something. I have to always keep that in mind. And yeah, this is sometimes, yeah, it's, as I said, scary, but also cool. So yeah, this is how I ended up in geriatric healthcare. This is the story about that and how that went down. Basically out of frustration, anger and frustration, yeah. And I tried to channel that in something productive. You can actually do that. Um, anger management, you could call it, advanced anger management, trying to convert the negative energy into something positive. And it kept me going for a long time, just wanting to prove a point. A lot of my friends said I'm crazy, you're wasting your talents. You should work in an area where you could earn more for your time you put in there. And of course, if you work in geriatric healthcare, it's a freaking rip-off. That's how you basically describe it. Um, and the funny thing is, most people, who work in geriatric healthcare or who work in healthcare in general, are people who have a good soul. Know what I mean? They want to do something good, and the people who employ them, they know. They know. And many of them are not very well informed about their actual rights. Many of them work for low wages, and that was also something that was tearing me apart by now, because I, knew what's up because I had the education level and whatnot, to see through things, how the system works. And to see that every day was also really getting to me personally, because I had a close relationship to many of my coworkers, because you work really team orientated and you have to have your back a lot in this job, help out each other. So you have a close relationship, and seeing how many of my colleagues, how the struggle they were going through all the time. I had no kids and something, but they had to take care of their families. Reminded me a lot of the days when I was younger, and the divorce went down between my parents, and I was with my mom. She also had a very badly paid job, and we had to struggle a bit. Um, and I was kind of in between. My dad has a huge company, a lot of money, basically self-made millionaire, and on the other hand, I had my mom and I being really poor. Basically, it was really weird. My dad was always taking care of me, but my mom never wanted anything, so I was right there in between. Pretty weird. And yeah, those are the experiences that kind of make your life and how you see things in life. And yeah, this is also something, that really got to me lately when I knew, man, they ripping us off. Um, I should tell you, and then I took action. It's not like I was just standing there looking and see how people, are being, yeah, enslaved and whatnot. But no employer wants to see that, right? An employer wants people who are ready to take charge and maybe take the lead a bit or something. Every employer is interested in people like that. But on the other hand, if you're too loud, if you're talking too much, they don't like it. So it's always a fine line. You kind of rely on your job. You don't want to like lose your job, but also you want to, I don't know, break the system apart. Do something to change things. But yeah, it's really hard. So I was always caught up in this emotional conflict there, a moral conflict, you better call it. I don't know if you guys have experience with that. Pretty sure some of the viewers have. I know many of you guys are not working yet, are a bit younger still, maybe living at home, and you don't have to worry about things like that. But yeah, there can be even worse even worse situations, I'm complaining on a pretty high level. As I said, so far I was lucky, especially with the YouTube thing now. Gave me new hope. Was kind of, will not say depressed, but I saw there was a limit. I chose that direction, and I thought I can be Jesus. I can just do good things, and that will do me good. But in fact, in our world, and yeah, the way our world ticks, you need some money and you need some, I don't know, some way to get out of the system as well. You cannot constantly work. You need to be able to take a break, maybe go to a vacation or something. Oh, gave me an apple. Nice of you. And if you're in a, that's another thing. If you're in a, not well paid job, you can never take a break. You have to work, 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 and maybe even work 2 jobs just to keep your normal life going. And that is something you can do that for a few years. But what if children are a topic and things like that? There needs to be a little doggy at someday. And then you think about things like that, and actually YouTube as a career is a new option for me, and that is all thanks to you. This is where the dedication comes from for my channel, and for for trying to be connected with you and all that. That is what keeps me going, because you guys gave me hope, and hope is something that is even more precious than anything. It's in the same category with love and things like that. So hope, as long as there is hope, well. By the way, hope. Look at that. I'm not taking damage at all from them, and I'm wearing iron armor. I was enchanting before. I was actually live streaming the thing because I had to do some testing because of the fried RAM. And you sit there. Sit. Yeah, I got projectile protection deluxe. One sec, I'll show you, and then we can end this episode. I've been rambling, but that's what I like about the Mindcrack episodes. Just a bit small talk. This time we could end it up here. Ha! Crit! 2 crits in a row. Still alive. What a baller. There you go. So wait a second, I'll show you. I used level 3 on everything. Level 3 for all the 4 pieces. Come on, cat. Scare him away. Epic win. Come to the dang land! Alright, so here you go. Projectile protection 2, 1, normal protection, and another projectile protection 2. That's it for today. I'm out, guys. Bridge is taking shape, right? Need to put some light on there. Bye bye!